Welcome back. It's Wednesday, which means we get to visit with our friend Micheal Babcock at TMZ to get the scoop on today's hottest stories. Good morning, Micheal.
Good morning, guys. Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Micheal, before we start, Kelly and I are so excited because a couple weeks ago we made a reference that you light up our lives every Wednesday. Okay,
yeah,
so
I was touched when you said that. Yeah.
And we wanted to sing you a song, but we took it one step further. Not only did we record a song, we made a special video with that song that we would like to share with you right now, Micheal Babcock.
I am so excited.
Okay, take a look.
Okay. Thank you, guys. So I love that so much. Kelly, Jeremy, thank you so much. You have to send me that.
We will do that.
My mom hasn't even done something that nice for me.
I thought you were a little bit clamped there at first.
He's getting emotional.
I know.
He's getting emotional, Kelly.
I love that.
Okay.
I am so...
We will send you that video clip just so you have it. And just whenever you're feeling down, you can play it.
I'm so happy. You guys are the best.
Oh, gosh.
The cats are ruining my whole setup here now.
Oh, my goodness. All right, well, I guess we should get to some news.
We should get to some news, too, yes.
Yeah. So let's start with, how about Sofia Vergara and Joe Manganiello? They had a little bit of a scary moment. So they have a really nice house in Hollywood, of course, and gated community. They had someone who seemingly tried to break into their house. There was this guy who was somehow able to get by the gated security, the gated perimeter, and was wandering around and was asking people where Sofia's house was. Thankfully, they have security. Security spotted this guy, approached him, and he had this elaborate story that he was friends with Sofia's son, and he was trying to visit the house. They felt like something wasn't right, so they stopped him. They called Joe, asked Joe if he was expecting a visitor. Of course, Joe said, no, we have no idea who this person is. So the security held the guy, called the police. Now, when the police came, they even tried to allow this guy to just simply walk away. He refused to do so, kept up with this story that he was visiting somebody at Sofia and Joe's house. So they were forced to arrest him for trespassing. But this is just one of those situations, where you have crazy fans who, for some reason or another, try and go visit celebrities at their house, and it's a scary thing. You have no idea what the intent of these fans is, and thankfully, security and the cops were able to stop this guy before he did anything really bad.
Boy, that is good. Good thing we're not that famous, Jeremy.
I know, hallelujah.
Yeah.
I just had this vision, though, of Kelly, of you and I being in L.A. and trying to break into Michael's apartment.
I'm sorry, Micheal.
We know Micheal Babcock.
You guys are always invited. You don't need to break in.
We don't need to make up a story.
We don't need to bust the gate down.
No, all right then.
That is a crazy, scary story. It really is. That is.
Do we have time for another?
Oh, yeah, we got time. Yes.
Okay, this one is really cool. So there have been a lot of space movies, but never has one actually been shot in space, and that's exactly what Tom Cruise is going to be doing in October of 2021. He is going to catch a ride on a SpaceX rocket and actually go up to the International Space Station with a director, with a camera crew, and they are actually going to film a movie from the ISS, way above Earth. Again, something that has never been done. Tom Cruise has always been one to push the limits, and he does his own stunts, and he's broken bones because of that. But I don't know if anybody ever expected that as A-list a star as you could ever be in Tom Cruise would actually risk his safety and get on a rocket and go up into space and film a movie. But that's exactly what's going to happen. Tom Cruise has been closely working with Elon Musk. They've been closely working with NASA, and this thing is going to happen. And I think a lot of people are really excited to see what does a movie look like that's shot in space, and it should be really fun.
I'm really scared for Tom and the crew. I'm nervous about it.
Yeah, look, and I know space travel has obviously gotten more safe, but anytime you strap yourself to a rocket, bad things could happen. So, yeah, I give him a lot of credit. He's obviously dedicated to his craft, and I think it should end up being pretty spectacular once it actually comes out.
Yeah, that.
So, Michael, let me ask you. I already know Kelly's answer because we talked about this.
Yeah.
If you could go to space, would you?
Yeah, like if it was safe, yeah, I felt like it was safe, absolutely. I'm fascinated by that stuff. I would love to. Absolutely.
Wow, that is really
you guys wouldn't
cool.
go?
We would not
Kelly,
go.
No.
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 Really?
No, if you paid me $1 million, I would not go.
Really?
Nope.
Wow, and there'd be people out there that say they would pay $1 million.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess it all depends if it's safe. I feel, you feel nervous when you watch the rockets launch. You don't want anything bad to happen. But if I felt like it was safe, I think that would be such a thrill to go to space.
Yeah.
Well, you can send us postcards from space.
I can't go.
Send us a postcard from space, Michael Babcock.
Yeah, if I was on that crew with Cruise, I would say, I'm off that week or that month, and somebody else take my place.
I can't even imagine, and all the equipment they have to take to space with them to shoot it. There's equipment involved, and how long it takes to shoot a movie, and then how long they're going to be up there, and how much training is Tom going to have. There's just so many factors.
You just think, the training is going to have to be so rigorous. I mean, he's going to have to become an astronaut. And it's funny, it's weird to think about that. Tom Cruise, it almost...
Oh, he froze. Oh, no. Michael, come back. Michael, is he there? We'll wait for maybe his connection comes back.
Yeah.
I should take a picture of his freeze face, though.
He probably won't like that.
I always joke with him, I'm going to take a picture of his freeze face.
There he is.
Oh, you're back. You froze.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what happened.
That's right. I took a picture of your freeze face, by the way.
I always freeze on the ugliest faces.
We all do. Michael.
Hey, we're running out of time. Let's get to Carol Baskin really fast because we love her.
Real quick, so Carol Baskin is being sued by her ex-husband, Don Lewis's family, because they say Carol went on Dancing with the Stars and was cracking jokes about Don Lewis and his disappearance, and they say that not cool. They don't appreciate that, and because of that, they have actually filed a lawsuit against Carol. So she's got to be careful what she says in public because Don Lewis's family is obviously watching and obviously feeling very litigious.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
And here's what I don't understand. Kelly and I were talking about this yesterday. She had made comments too about she hopes his family finds resolution.
Right.
To me, if I was married to somebody and I don't know what happened to them, I would want resolution.
Right.
It seems like she's kind of cut herself off from what happened to him. It seems odd to me as a human response.
Yeah.
Right. If your husband mysteriously disappeared and never saw him again, right, you would think that you would want to know what happened to him also, unless maybe you already knew.
That's the key, Michael, right there.
Well, that's what we were talking about, absolutely.
I think she knows.
Well.
And, by the way, she made it through another week on Dancing with the Stars, so...
I know. I thought she was going to be gone week 1. Go figure. Watch, she'll go win this show.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Everybody's talking about her, so they need her to stay on for a while.
Yes, that's
right.
True.
The producers are like, we need her.
Michael, we'll send you the song and the video.
Please do. I genuinely mean this. Thank you so much for that. I love that. That was so great.
You're very welcome.
Well, you're very welcome.
Always
and
great
we
to see you.
genuinely look forward to speaking to you every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And hug those cats for us, Michael.
Yeah.
So do
Or at
I.
least
I'll
the
say hi
angel
to
one.
them.
All right, thanks.
Bye,
You can
Kelly.
catch
Bye,
Bye,
TMZ weekdays at 5 p.m. and TMZ Live weeknights at 12:30 a.m. You got to check it out. It's so good. And coming up, my friend Lee Porter's here with some delectable sweets. Baker extraordinaire, are you ready to gain 5 pounds?
Already have.
All
Yes,
right,
I'll
we'll be
take
back.
another, yes.
It's coming up. Well, I'm glad I think he was